Welcome to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I am your host, Stacey Geisel, self-mastery coach and mentor. The mission of Evolve Beyond Limits is simple. Fall in love with your life and change the world in the process. And each episode of this podcast is dedicated to helping you do just that. It's designed to bring you one step closer to an aha moment that could completely transform your life so that you can keep evolving into your fullest potential. The reality is how you show up in the world matters, and I don't want you to waste another second living a life that doesn't light your soul on fire. So let's have some fun. Welcome back to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. Today, some tragedy actually happened within the last couple of days here in Michigan. There was a school shooting a few towns over, and I want to send out my deepest sympathy to everybody who is impacted by this tragic event. And what I'm about to say is not to take away from their pain. It is simply to use this because tragedy often brings people together, but then we don't learn from it. And so tragedy happens again. And what I'm here to tell you today, which is something that very few people are probably going to want to hear, is that history will repeat itself. More school shootings will happen. More innocent people will die. Why? Because we are so busy looking for something or someone to blame for this situation. We are so busy turning this into a political issue of whether or not guns are bad that we are missing the point. We are missing out on an opportunity to wake up and not put a Band-Aid on a missing limb. This is not a gun issue. This is a humanity issue. And if humans aren't willing to take responsibility for what is happening, then we don't stand a chance to change, and history will repeat itself. What we want to do is we want to point fingers. We want to blame, but that is exactly the problem. What we actually need to do is use this as an opportunity to look within ourselves and ask, how did I contribute to this? This is not about blame. This is about responsibility. Blame and responsibility are not the same thing. Responsibility is simply your ability to respond to a situation. So how are you going to look within your own heart and take responsibility for what has happened? How often are you yourself reacting to the world around you instead of responding? How often do you look within your own heart and try to understand and move through your emotions before you take it out on someone else? Some of the people who are going to be devastated by this tragedy are the same people who are telling people on social media to fuck off and unfriend them if they believe anything other than what they believe. They are the same people who are going around playing the victim in their life, blaming everyone else for their unhappiness and their problems. Do we really think this is not rippling down to our younger generations? Kids, people, no one gives a shit what you tell them. It is what we are showing them on a daily basis. So do you really think that your actions aren't responsible for showing the people around you what is okay and what is not okay? Do you really think that your lack of compassion for other people, whether you like them or not, whether they believe the same things that you believe, whether you can understand their point of view or not, isn't contributing to the problem? Do we actually believe that the hate that we show for other people, yes, even the president of the United States, whether you believe in what he believes, whether you wanted somebody else or not, because you don't agree with their philosophies. You hate people because you don't agree with the way they live their life, or their religion, or the God that they have isn't the same as yours. Or maybe they think different about a goddamn vaccination, or they have a different political viewpoint than you. Do we really think that that hate that we are showing for people is helping The younger generations, the kids learn that our differences actually is what makes us beautiful. And true power comes from loving people unconditionally and comes from not thinking that we are superior or inferior to anyone. Do we really think that this behavior is not impacting these kids to believe that if someone doesn't treat them well, or if they are hurting within themselves, that the easiest way to handle it is to take it out on other people or get rid of them completely? Wake the fuck up, people, because this is your opportunity to respond, not react. Reaction is impacted by our past experiences, and it is what keeps history repeating itself because it's based on what we have always done. It is based on no one taking responsibility for their contribution to a problem. Response, on the other hand, forces us to look within ourselves. Take a look at the shadow aspects of who we are. Ask ourselves the hard question. It forces us to look deeper than the surface level problem. A reaction doesn't move us forward. It keeps us stuck in the vicious cycle, wondering why nothing is changing. A response allows us to change the future because we are looking for a solution, not simply something or someone to blame for the problem. The solution to this situation will not come from doing the same thing over and over, hoping for a different outcome. That is the definition of insanity. And yet, that is what reaction is and how most people live their lives. So I repeat, this is not a gun issue. This is a humanity issue, and we must start to look within ourselves. We must be willing to think different. We must stop trying to solve a deeply rooted problem with a surface level solution, or this will happen again and again and again. To change the world, we must open the human heart. Now it's your choice. How are you going to respond to this situation, to every situation that's put in front of you? And if you're sitting there and this was triggering for you, good. That is the first step to bringing awareness to a problem within your own heart. If your reaction is to get mad at me for speaking my truth, then you are proving my point perfectly. You don't have to agree with me. That's not what this is about. But what you can do is honor that I have an opinion. And just maybe, if you open your mind to a new way of thinking, there might be something you can learn here. Something that would help you look at things and see things from a different perspective. And in turn, I will listen to your opinion. I will seek to understand. I will ask questions until I do. And I will love you unconditionally, whether you agree with me or not. This is a moment. There's a lot of defining moments in our lives that allow us to move forward or stay the same. It's your choice. Are you going to use this as an opportunity to move forward, to help humanity? But the only way for us to do that is to go within ourselves first. Okay. Until next time, think about this. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And what are we going to do about it? Because this is our opportunity to change the world. Because every time we change ourselves, we change the world a little bit. So use it. Use it wisely. Use it so that we don't have to feel this way again, so that we don't have to look around and say, why does this keep happening? It keeps happening because we're not doing anything about it. Do the work. Do the work on yourself. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Don't try to tell them what to do. Show them that there's a different way to live life. I'm sending all of you so much love. And until next time, let's change the world.